Hello folks, River here, back with another episode of Grazyland. And I bought a Chrome big M500, I think it is, M500. And I got, ourselves set up with a placeable heap and a conveyor. And then this guy can follow in the same course as the grass cutter and pick up most of the silage. Now I get one of the trailers to drive up here and take it back. So I didn't spray this field, I did harvest it. And when we look at the spreadsheet, I got 300 and some thousand, so I'm kind of curious with doing nothing how much more I'll get, or how much less I'll get this time. So there we go. So that's the grass. I'll just leave him run for a while. He's on course, play course, horse. And in the meantime, we can jump over to our dirty sprayer tractor. And since I think I remember correctly, we are going to fill this guy up. Get a piece of paper out. Yep. 33.4, so let's see. I'll move that on the trailer here. Alright, refill sprayer. As we pull away, we'll note the price. How much we pay. $81.60. Oops, guess what? I kind of messed up there, didn't I? Oh, jeez. Alright, NPK. Let's see. So if we have BB, which was in there, the price is $420,000. And if I switch to NPK, it's 400, so it's 19. Oh, to hell with it. We'll figure it out later. We're going to have to spray NPK again, so hopefully we get it right that time. But yeah, I should have switched over to the NPK first, so I see how much it costs to fill up the rest of it. You get credited with the money, so it's not like we lost money for filling up the BB. So I'm going to set this guy to spray a very, very green field. Let's get his course going. F2 spray 24. Every time you guys come to this map, you're going to see less trees, I think. At least that's been the way of it so far. So let's get this guy out. Oops. Alright. So you fold them up again like an idiot. Yes. So let's zoom back. He'll move 3 feet forward and unfold again, so he'll be fine. So let's take a look at this field. Probably should have looked more at the grass field while we were up there. We can jump back up. So at this point, we have 32, 3, and 3. We have 2 days of weed prevention, and it's wonderful. Which is enough to get us through to the end, since this crop, this is the second full day of growth. Second day after sowing it. See, this time we can definitely see that there's moisture. Where's the line where he stopped spraying? Right up here. See that? And it doesn't look like this map has any texture for NPK, which is a little annoying. I like when they put the blue dots. It does help you tell what's going on. So in this field should be pretty similar. Oh, you know what? We were going to look for the moisture. And we said if the moisture stayed at 43, which is sort of... oh, because I'm... Nah, see, it seems to have been down. Let's come out to the middle of the field away from where we just sprayed and all that. Yeah, see, it's basically 29. So allowing for different things that might be going on with crops and tram lines and stuff like that. Which will you kind of get an average of the area you're in. But basically... So that lime did not add moisture. So that'll change a little bit. We'll spray water on this field after spraying with the MPK. And I'll show you why if we get over to the spreadsheet. It'll make more sense there. And the same thing with this one, or no? See, now this one's still at 43, but that's because we sprayed the herbicide. Oh yeah, look, I bought a windmill. So I had some extra money, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to be fast forwarding this map enough at nighttime. It's going to make some money for me over time. I don't really need any more equipment at this exact second. Been selling some silage down there from that chaff. And I got more wood chips. So the rest of the plan for today is then going to be to plant fields 3 and 4. So I might get started that here. Let's not run the whole way back. How's that sound? So let's go to, not him. There we go. So I think I want to do, let's do oats in field 3. How's that sound? So we got wheat in here now. Come back to this little shop. Poor little sprayer. He hasn't even hardly been moved since we started. I don't even know if he has been moved other than be run into or something. I can't. That figures. This is a bit of an annoying situation, isn't it? Oh yeah, I bought this little guy. I bought the New Holland to hold that. I bought this guy just to kind of have around. Alright, let's take this weight off and put it in front. I'm going to get this spreader out of the way. It's almost like a toy tractor, but you know, in real life, that's a, you know, pretty normal sized little tractor. Right, so let's go here. This guy's a pain to back up. I'll just get him out of the way for a second here. Yeah, I feel like I'm driving a little MG or something. Take this guy around the corner. Get him out of the way. Yeah, I think I might have all the trees that I'm going to cut down. It always seems like there's another tree annoying me somewhere, but I got them from around the fields. I got them from around the farm here. Alright, so now let's try to get in there without that stupid thing in the way. I said oats. this written down somewhere, but I'll write it down again. I think we need a new piece of paper. Alright, so we got 7,446. Well, I know how much seeds are, but I still need to write that part down. So 12,000 is what we started with. That's for the other one. Yeah, I really didn't even need to write that down, not until we're at the end. So I already have that on the spreadsheet. Alright, let's get this guy out to field 3 and get him working. Oh, wait a second. Field 3, I want to show you guys something. Yeah, let's go. Let's make... Nah, we want to do oats in field 3, but I do want to show... We're just going to have a pause for that. So, because we have that chaff on there, what I want to do is... I don't even know if I have a cultivator. I would have thought I would have given myself one, huh? Let's take a look. Vehicle, sorry. There you go. So he's somewhere up almost closer to the house, which is the direction we're facing. Oh, I put him in that white building there. That's right. I haven't used this guy a whole lot. I don't know why, when he wiggles like that, my brain freezes and I go in the wrong direction. I've never backed up before. Yeah, so really, this guy is awful big. I want to show you the difference, and it'll mess up the field end value a little bit when I'm done, but I'll just show you a small stretch. Could have probably had all this set up, but there wasn't so much else to do. We're spraying the field. Planning here shortly. Just a matter of waiting until all that's done. So I won't do too much of this. Or should I just do the whole thing? Maybe I'll do the whole thing. Let's set up a course. Field 3. Starting, where are we? Northeast. Not too far. One headland. Yes. I'll do the headland after we do the rows. See how he does. I'm kind of curious. Alright, what I want to show you. Here's waypoint. Alright, let's hop out and get run over by our cultivator. Notice how where I'm standing. Let's see, maybe we might even see it with the, what is it, left alt I. Nah, the little green dots aren't going to be that much different. But notice how I have 4 and 5 on this field here. And it's making a liar out of me, isn't it? Normally when you cultivate it, you see the difference right away. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? There may not be any chaff with whatever this was. No, but this was potatoes. I thought it would give that. Well, goes to show you. I don't know everything. So there's no point in really cultivating that whole thing, is there? Alright, well, never mind. Let me go back to this guy. Might as well just stop him. Oh, look, I had the wrong distance set anyway. Alright, let's get him off the field. Pick him up later on. And we'll get this guy going with a very similar course. Excuse me for 1 minute. Sorry about that. Alright, let's get rid of the dots too. That's it. Alright, never mind. I thought we were going to get an extra nitrogen out of that, but apparently we're not. Alright, so what we're going to do is field 3. Let's do seeding. Field 3. 9 meters is right. Northeast, facing west. We'll try to get away with one headland done after we do the rows. And come up here, nearest waypoint. Alright, there we go. So sowing wild oats, at least oats. And we are spraying that other field, and we're cutting grass still. So at this point I'd like to pause for a minute and go over to the spreadsheet and we'll just set things up, you know, for these fields. Be right back. Okay guys, back again, and we're looking at our spreadsheet. We're looking at field 4. Really haven't put anything in there yet. And here's field 3 with oat. We had written wheat in field 4. I guess what do we have? We have barley or canola, wheat, oat. Why don't we do barley in field 4? Alrighty. And as far as stuff goes, we're probably going to end up doing the same thing. So yeah, let's just take this. I'll have to modify these sheets to look like the other ones. Now if you note, oat is down here, is the same, and barley is the same as wheat, so we'll spray BB on both fields. And I'll modify them to have the extra columns and whatnot in a few minutes. Get that off camera. So if we do that, we're going to lose 0.2 pH. Oops. Minus 0.2. We're going to add 14. But now we're going to change this up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and just spread the lime at the same time. And we're going to get rid of this. And we will move this up. And we will spread water here. Now, big thing to note is, you know, we loaded the lime, didn't add any moisture. So the herb will add 14. This is not additive. So in other words, if you spray NPK and then you spray water, you get 28. And this day will get 14. And if you note, that'll take us, this first harvest stage is what we're worried about, will be right at 57. So now as far as pH goes, that means our pH will go up 2, so positive 4, because 0.6 minus 0.2 is 0.4. That'll, be a little tiny bit high, but that's okay. And then we'll put in the 3s and the 1s. And there we go. So we're going to end up at 74757. And that'll give us a score of 88, which is not too bad. I want to see. Now I can copy these numbers, but there's no point. Too easy just to write them in pretty quick. And it's not bad to do but what I can do here, let's copy this because we'll just do the same thing. And then I just want to get rid of that fill so I don't confuse myself. Delete that. Not borders. There we go. So 0.4, 14, 28, 14. Like I said, these fields will tend to, kind of do the same thing to each one. I mean, it's sort of the way this whole thing works. So even though it's, a bit hard to figure out when you're first doing it, it's really pretty straightforward. So we're doing MPK. That means we'll need to do water. We get rid of our little question mark. So we'll spray the water on field 2. We'll spray MPK again tomorrow. And then we'll be ready for that field. And field 5 will need lime today. And we might as well do MPK and lime and delete this one. Three and 1. There you go. So I think I might just add a row like right here. It doesn't really affect anything. It just moved. The computer's smart enough to know it moved down. So then I might do something like this so that we know the difference in the costs. Like I said, I hadn't really done that before, but we'll put 0.6 here. Well, I don't want to do that because that will mess things up. So we'll just leave it like that, but we'll know, what we're talking about there, 0.1. We'll put a 0 in there. All right, well, I hope all that makes sense. Oh, grass fields, we should look at that real quick. So we'll write down the harvest that we got today, and we'll just see how much it drops, and then we'll do the same thing probably till we get to this point, and then maybe we'll start bringing things back up and seeing what happens. We're obviously not going to get the negative 13 on the water, but there you go. All right, well, I'll be back in a bit when some things have happened on the map. Hey guys, doing something a little bit unusual here right now. I am actually on test map that I just created, and actually I created it a few days ago, but it's really one of the first times I've used it. I use something like this just to, test some mods and stuff, so I don't get all pissed off that I just spent a bunch of money on some mod that doesn't work, and haven't done that yet on this map. But in any event, I have decided that I was looking, we harvested the fields, and I harvested the grass field, and I kind of realized that I really needed to get an original number. Like when I first started up the map, I chaffed this field 31. Oops, we're down the wrong row anyway. Doesn't matter. I'll come back and get that row. So really what I want to do to try to be able to figure out, I'm going to make an assumption that because this soil mod setup here is just absolutely perfect with the moisture 57, 3.8 on the pH, 5 and 4 on the N and MPK. I'm going to assume that the yield that I'm going to get out of this is like sort of the maximum yield I'll get. So hopefully that's a good assumption. It's certainly going to give me a number to chew on. Time will tell if it's perfect. So I went and got the same Big M mower, maybe see in the distance there. And I am, with the GPS's help, with the GPS's help, I'm missing a whole row. Here, let's slide it over a little bit. Wasn't missing in the very beginning, was I? Now that little plop, by the way, I've noticed when he's cutting, that plop is coming from the grass outside of the bounds. So, and probably none of this is that exact, I don't think, but I'll avoid picking up that stuff that's on the warning track there. So, yeah, I missed a whole little bit on that last row. So that's what you get for talking and not paying attention to what you're doing. So far, and I'll tell you this, we're getting a lot more, than we did. We got 200,000 or so. I'll show you this, we'll get back to reality and the real, the real map. But, I mean, I've already got, we have F1? Yeah, we can see here, look, I'm not even, I barely even started the field, and I'm going to have 150,000 off of it with this load. So we're just getting a lot more grass. So I'm curious about two things. One is, what is the total, with this nutrients, quote, perfect. We'll assume the full double bonus. And, this without this number as a baseline, it would be really tough for me to make too many other assumptions. With this number, things become a lot easier to kind of judge. We're still missing. Let's move over this way even more. I'm trying to set this up to be the same distance. 2.8 is what I have that guy set on. It's a 13 width, but I've said before in other videos, I really wish the course play would let you type in the width. I could set it to 13. So am I missing anything? Just a tiny itty bit. I don't think the whole thing is that accurate, and it doesn't need to be for us to draw some conclusions on the yield. I think I'm being far more scientific about it than I need to be. Right. Well, let me come back and I'll show you the total, and then we'll jump back to the real map and start doing some things. See you guys in a second. Hey guys. I'm standing in the test map again, just real quick, wanted to show you the total. Hopefully you can read it up there in the helper menu. So we got 555,267. So, within the bounds of what I can do to make up for the fact I should have done this to begin with, that would be in a perfect field. I'm going to assume, over time we can test out. If something seems wrong, it might have been because of this, and it may be worth redoing the whole test. It certainly would put a question if you were trying to prove something scientifically, but it's a video game, so here we go. So, all right, let me cut it here, and I'm going to go over to the spreadsheet and kind of show you why I wanted to do that. Let's give me a sec. Hey guys, here we are. We're on the spreadsheet, and we're on grass field 31. And what I did was I took the number we just got and put it here. And the reason that I consider this kind of a baseline is because each of these scores is almost perfect. Keep in mind that this should have been 57. So we have 11111, meaning 100%. So again, within the bounds of my assumptions, it means that this would be the maximum, and that is really helpful because as these numbers, we got a lot of variables here dropping, so it's the fact that this is all known sort of lets me more easily see if this number is accurate as far as a score goes. So what I want to do is, really make this a percentage. What is the percentage of this versus this? So if I come up to here and I say, divide this by this, I get 59. That's pretty close to 65. So we'll do another similar thing right here. Divide this by this. So that's, what, 37% or so. And I could even change these to percentages. Format cells, percent, 2 decimal places. Really don't need 2 decimal places. Format cells. Let's just do to 1. So that's saying, 59, 36.7%. Obviously here, that's not the percentage, but keep in mind that if this may be 50%. So in other words, the equation's not so simple where it goes down to 0. But we'll be real curious to see in day 3 on the map what harvest we get, at this point when the field's sitting right here. So this was day 1, day 2, day 3. So we'll see. When we get to Wednesday on the map, we should be here. Now, I'm pretty sure I got my numbers correct right there. So there we go. So again, the goal is to take this from a score into a percentage that you can expect to get. And the equation's going to be some baseline plus the percent. So I'll show you how I figure that out later on. But bottom line is to know that, once we get this number, we'll see, does it stop? When does it stop going down? And then as we add nutrients for more days over here, we'll be able to see, like I can add nitrogen and this pK is already 0. So that's sort of like another bottom of the hill, so to speak. We almost want to get it below, everything down to 0 and then raise one thing up one day and see what effect it has. And then let that number go back to 0 and raise another one up and see what effect it has. And anyway, we'll get there. We'll see if we can figure it out. It might be a little bit much, but with enough data, you can probably get a good estimate of what the percentage will be. At least we know when the conditions are exactly this, you'll get 59% of that number. So, but you can see how much it just dropped by not doing anything. Again, I wish I had done this from the beginning, but, if wishes were diamonds, there'd be a lot more diamonds. All right. I'll be back when I'm on the real map. Well, guys, I just fired up the real map. Get this guy started. So he's got water in him. The water didn't cost anything to purchase. So that's kind of a nice thing for 2 reasons. One, if we go back to the water, the amount of money we have, allowing for the fact that this will go up and down based on some things, kind of gives us a 0 number. Like, in other words, I have no value in this tank. So if I switch over to another one and I note how much it drops, it will tell me the value of the stuff that I have in there. That makes sense. All right, so let's drive the course. Nearest waypoint should work. And we're going to let him go do that. And I'm going to jump over to here. And this guy has some rye in him, so I want to set up a course. I'm probably going to need to go around the corner there, but I don't want to record it. Let's go to here, do seed work. Yep. And we are on field 4. 0.9 seems to be working out wonderfully. We're going to start in the northwest corner. We're going to go south. We're going to do one headland after we do the rows. And hopefully we don't run into that tree right there. But other than that, I think I cleared out the trees for the most part. Let's see what it looks like. We'll come around here. Try to get him lined up pretty straight so it gets a good start. And we'll come here, do first waypoint. Drive course. And there he goes. We got rye. I decided to change it up to rye, just why not? It'll mess you guys up too much, but we'll reflect that in our spreadsheet before it's all said and done. Make sure he's actually planting. Yep, the numbers are going down. So here we go. So I'll let him do his thing for a while. In the meantime, we're spraying the other field. Take a quick look over here. Temperature. Let me show you. Let me go back real quick. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and this is this one. Better look this way. So we're on Wednesday now, and it's only, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and we have 15 degrees Celsius. That's going to change. I may even, sometimes I will deliberately go past 12 noon when I have a lower temperature like that so I don't lose the water. But if I log in again later, if I only play for a little while more, keep an eye on that, because that temperature may be 26 when you log back in and you lose moisture. I don't have any problem with dealing with the loss of moisture and all that stuff, but it makes it impossible to plan, and this guy's going to run right into that tree. Yep. He's probably going to hit all of those trees. So we either need to cut them down or do a double headland thing. Oops. Put that back down. Hopefully that didn't mess it up too bad. And back we are to plan. So I might have to do a double head. Might even be just worth doing it. Yeah, let's just do a double head, because he's going to fight me the whole way if I don't. Get off the field first. Alright, well there you go. Let me straighten this guy out, get this field planted, and get the water sprayed over on the other field. Oh, then we need to do some lime in field 5, so that'll be the last thing to do for the day, as far as the soil mod is concerned. Alright, get back. Guys, we're done spraying field number 2 with the water, and I wanted to show you what I usually do with the spreader. I won't show this necessarily every time, but the spreader has a 26 meter width. So if we come into here and find it, there it is. See, 26 meters. So depending on, I'm not sure if we'll be able to see it that well, but you'll be able to see that there's a decent amount of overlap. Let me get this guy started. So he doesn't have to let's see, you can kind of tell if you look over here at the edge. This thing out of the way. If you look, see how he's spraying way over to here? So you are wasting a little bit, but I think in real life you would probably try to set up where you could use the same tram lines. So if, in other words, if I try to redo this whole course, I'd theoretically have new tram lines. So I'm willing to take the loss. Again, 9 times out of 10 that I'm spreading, I'm just spreading the calc anyway, which is what, 10 cents a liter. And that being so cheap, it's really not worth getting too excited about it. It might be a 10, 20 bucks difference. It costs you 300 or 500 to do this field. There you go. Not a real exciting process, and we don't, if you remember, this is not going to add moisture, but it doesn't matter if we use the other sprayer. And it's my general impression, which we can prove later on, that the spreader is a bit more efficient. So it doesn't spread quite as much lime, but it's a little bit hard to tell, because each, I'm using a modded sprayer versus the in-game sprayer and stuff like that. And they can adjust the spray pattern, or the spray amount, but, as it goes along, how much it uses. So there we go. So I'll let this guy do his thing, and just so you know, we ran another course. He's kind of doing a stupid little foot-away line, but anyway. So he'll start doing his headlands. We'll clean up the mess he made around the corners, and then we'll have a field of rye planted. And we'll have a field of something else, oats. over on the other side there, so number 3. And we'll do some spraying on those, but we'll do that, you know, after this is done. All right, there he goes on his headlands. I will be back when, probably on the spreadsheet to figure out what we're doing with fields 3 and 4. Right, see you in a bit. Hello guys, I'm back again looking at our spreadsheet filled out. So I got some numbers. So far it's cost us $17,000 for field 2. We'll sprint NPK tomorrow and I'll show you out on the field. The other thing I wanted to show you before I got started out there, field 5, same thing. I kind of rearranged this and, you know, get the spraying out of the way is usually what I do. So, but it's pretty much the same exact numbers, just spraying the NPK today instead of, so just so you know, like I spread NPK, water, and lime. So you can kind of spray, you know, any one of those. I could have even sprayed another herbicide if we needed it. So, but you just can't spread 2 herbicides or 2 nutrients. So there you go. So we'll see how these numbers work out tomorrow. But I wanted to show you that I came and filled in fields 3 and 4, and they're going to be oat and barley. And if I come down here, I'm sorry, I put rye on one of those fields. I put rye on field 3. Uh-oh, I better go look. All right, be right back. Let's go back to the farm anyway. Field 7 and 1. I think I'm going to do potatoes and sweet beets, sugar beets on those. They're smaller fields. I may end up buying another couple fields just so we can plant more different crops. There you go. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. Just filled up. I have water in there now, so I'm going to change it over to BB. But I thought of kind of an easier way to know how much it costs. Not that I won't keep track of the volume, I guess, but we have 1,103,775. So if I switch over to some BB, we then have 1,083, 623. So whatever the difference in that is, like 20,000, something like that. I'll do the math later. I'll have plenty of time. So I'll do the similar thing that I did on field 5, kind of, except today I'm going to do the herbicide. Oops, both fields get the same exact everything, so not the long way. It's kind of nice without all those trees. Look, there's still plenty of trees. Just not, there's just a lot of trees out here. There still is a lot of trees, just not too many. Alright, how do we want to do this field? Probably start from right here. Let's move that guy real close before we start. Get nice and straight. Put this guy out. Alright, we're just going to start recording the course. I'll raise this guy up, but it probably doesn't matter. This is a nice flat field. Alright, there we go, BB herbicide. So I'll record this course, I'll record a course on field number 4. And we will be set for doing NPK and some water. And some lime. Man, we got a lot of stuff to spray on this field. So First thing being this. And like I said, I think... Oh, by the way, this is oats. Swing around if I can and get all of that. Back on track. I guess that ruins a little more crops swimming around like that. The course play guide doesn't go quite as far as I do, so he tends to cut the corner a little more. I don't think that's just that. We're not coming back for that little bit on the right hand side there. Yeah, but if you have trees and stuff and fences right in these corners, it's kind of tough to get in there and get that whole corner. It almost makes sense to just go right on across, but I guess not. They might not always get sprayed the same thing. Yeah. There we go. It's a bit of a wild maneuver, wasn't it? We'll swing this one wide. Hopefully overlap. There we go. It's perfectly sprayed, I hope. The rest is pretty easy, as long as you don't forget what you're doing and run into the trees down there. Not that I ever did that. I almost did it on this map. Anyway, I'll probably cut the video here and get on with spraying. It's not going to get much more dramatic than this for any length of time. Just go right on over to the other field, and hopefully I'll have enough in one tank. Well, that's right, I should learn to write the numbers down. Alright then, I'll be back when the spraying is done. See you guys in a minute. Guys, I'm just finishing spreading the lime. Got course play on it. Got rid of the little lines for you. So I've got this sprayed with lime, water, and herbicide BB. You can see the protection down in the bottom right there. 3 days of B, so that'll protect us the whole route. And you know, here after this is done, it's pretty much, you know, a wrap for the soil mod portion of this map. You can see I've been selling silage, if you're wondering how I'm getting so much money, and then the wood chips. Just out of my own curiosity. Did they go back up yet? Wood chips were at 2100, sorry. And now they went down to like 700 almost. So they're on their way back up, so that's good. And silage, I don't think the silage really ever changes that much. Where is silage? Oh, at the very bottom there. Yeah, and I don't see the BGM particularly listed. I guess it's one of these two. I don't care. I'm just going to sell it there because that's where I brought that stuff before. So I'm not sure if that's the Roth AG or not. But the price was good. And now that I got the windmill, that's kind of bringing in a slow, steady stream, especially if I fast forward at night. So there we go. And I got a lot of wood chips. Let's see, I can probably use this thing. No wood chips. Yeah, we should probably sell some potatoes or start doing something with those. we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to focus on getting all the farming and soil mod stuff set up and going. The other stuff is a side effect. So wood chips, 2,300,000. So that's a lot of wood chips. And yeah, I don't have much silage in the bunker. We'll see. Once I like a bunch of these fields will have windrow, and I'll go take all that down there and turn it into silage. So there we go. Almost done. It's taken quite a while in real life. Oh yeah, and we crossed the, here, I'll open that again. We crossed the 12 o'clock mark, and it's 17 degrees Celsius, so no water taken off at that point. And some people have asked the question what that one is up in the top, far top right corner above the money. If you wait at 12 o'clock at night, that's like something with the soil mod. I'm not sure why they leave the 1 up there, but it'll say soil mod percentage, and the percentage will count up. So I'm assuming that's like done, 100%. Something like that. Alright, so let's get him stopped. Shut him off. And I just want to write this number down. Good, we got just enough to do both fields. Alright, so I have my numbers written down. Let me just cut it here real quick. We'll come right back to the spreadsheet. Well, guys, here we are on the spreadsheet, field 3, and I highlighted these things light blue because say they're done. And then here's the amounts that we sprayed that I wrote down. So this field's certainly a lot cheaper, but also a lot smaller. And this field, a little bit bigger, costing us $7,000. And we'll see what the MPK comes in at. And you'll see field 2 and 3, or 2 and 5, we'll spray MPK on. And I made a comment during the video that, oh, we'll spray MPK, but I'm counting on that extra moisture from the MPK. So I don't want to take that away. So right now, if you look at our final day, we should end up right at 57. So there we go. All right. Well, I'm going to call this an episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope the spreadsheets aren't too much. It should die down a bit. I'm trying to explain things a little bit extra. It'll get to the point where I probably just the beginning and the end of the video, just kind of show you what I changed on the spreadsheet. Plus, I'm sort of developing it as we go, if you can't tell. So that'll slow things down once it's just a matter of filling out the second round. And one last look at the grass fields. So I was looking at some numbers. This is like the difference percentages, so it's really not adding up so far. But I'm real curious to see what happens as this goes to 0. All right, well, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye-bye.